What is going on, football fans? The New York Giants top player Saquon Barkley fell number 16 in the NFL's top 100 players list. And I personally think that this is a little too low, to be completely honest with you. This is not based off of career. This is based off of just last season. And if it's based off of what you project him to be, he should only be getting better anyway. But to be number 16, I disagree. Saquon Barkley last year was otherworldly. He led the entire league in scrimmage yards. He rushed for over 5 yards a carry behind the 21st best offensive line in football. He had over 90 catches. I think it was the record for the most catches ever by a rookie running back. I think he had 92. He led the league by a mile in touchdowns of over 40 yards and in touchdowns over 20 yards. He led in both categories by a country mile. The guy, to me, is by far, I don't even think it's close, the most talented running back in football. I know you hear a lot of Cowboys YouTubers argue that Ezekiel Elliott's better, and Ezekiel Elliott is great, okay? Ezekiel Elliott, when it comes to blocking, is better. Short yardage running may be better. Doesn't compare to Saquon Barkley. Anybody with a set of eyes that watches this guy play, and there's not a knock on Elliott. It's not a knock on anybody. He is the most talented running back in football by a mile, and in my opinion, one of the top 7 or 8 most talented players, period, in the sport. That's how good this guy is. He is a once in an every 20, 25-year back, and it is what it is. He's a rookie. To be this high after your rookie year, I guess, is a huge accomplishment, right? Number 16, but based off of last year's numbers and how he produced with the supporting cast that he had, I think he should have been higher than this. But, he'll crack the top 10 next year. Maybe he'll even be number 1. If the Giants were ever able to make the playoffs this year, Saquon Barkley would probably be the favorite to win the MVP, because if they're going anywhere this year, they are going to ride this guy to the finish line. This guy is just an athletic freak. We saw it at the Combine last year. I remember seeing some ridiculous stats that he had a higher vertical leap than Julio Jones. He benched more than, a famous offensive lineman. His body and his strength and his speed, it's unmatched. We've never seen anything like it before. I always like to compare him to a combination of the size and strength of an Adrian Peterson and the speed and agility of a Barry Sanders. It is unfair, and if this guy stays healthy, he will undoubtedly be one of the best running backs who ever lived. And I thank Dave Gettleman so much for having the balls to draft this guy over Sam Darnold, because he's my guy. I'm wearing his jersey right now. I absolutely love Saquon Barkley, and he is going to be the face of this franchise for the next decade. He is the perfect football player, both on and off the field. He leads by example, and he's great. And he should have been higher, to be completely honest with you. I'm not going to scream about it. I don't put too much stock into these lists, but I know some people do. It's voted on by the players, and I think the players underrated him a bit here. I think Barkley deserved to be a top 10. And he'll undoubtedly be there next year. Barkley's going to be unbelievable this year behind an improved offensive line, and I cannot wait to see what he does in his sophomore season. It is going to be such a fun year and a fun career to watch this guy progress, and hopefully he brings home a couple of Lombardi trophies for us and a couple of MVP awards to go along with it. This year's Rookie of the Year, Saquon Barkley, finished number 16 in the NFL's top 100 players list. I'd like to get your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Do you think this was a little too low? Do you think it was about right? Let me know. As always, guys, if you like what you watched, please subscribe, drop a comment, maybe give me a little thumbs up. Cheers.